This is X with another.
The darkness continues.
Open your mind.
Dark exodus. Dark exodus. The protest. Dark exodus. Open your mind.
You know.
Yeah, X.
You know.
Dark exodus. You understand? Yeah, X.
You know.
You understand? Open your mind. Dark X. Yeah, X.
You know.
You understand? Yeah, X. Open your mind. Dark exodus. Dark exodus. Dark exodus. Dark exodus.
And we are back. Peace, folk. Welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. Haven't seen you Negroes in like 2 weeks because I've been taking care of some life shit. And I probably won't do anything next week either because a lot's going on, y'all. Those of you who know me and talk to me, y'all know what I got going on. It's a lot of shit happening right now in my life. And I just haven't been able to stream consistently as I would like. But I am here today and tomorrow. But anyway, welcome back to the Proper Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. Tonight we're gonna have some fun tonight, and we're gonna have some fun tomorrow too. As you can see, scrolling down along the bottom there, it's another dark exodus. Fast food foolishness. Yeah. But before we get started, y'all know I always start the stream off with thanking you good folk for your likes, your shares, your views, your subs, and of course, your hard-earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because I realize you don't have to do it, man. You don't have to show up to these goddamn streams. You don't have to watch these videos. You don't have to sub to this channel. You don't have to do any of that. And you definitely don't have to drop your hard-earned coins on this platform. But you good folk choose to do so. Night after night, week after week, you are here when you can be anywhere. And I don't take you good folk lightly, man. I never have and I never will. You got my word on that. I am humbled. I'm honored. I'm appreciative. But most importantly, I am thankful for all you good folks. And that goes for the good folks who hang out there and the good folks who hang out up in here. All right. All right. So let's get at it. But y'all know we always start the stream off because some things never change. What I believe is your favorite part of the stream, something we call the old mama of the day. These old mamas. Yes, time for the old mama of the day because you know we will never run out, folk. And today's old mama of today. Well, let me go ahead and play this. Even though nothing graphic is going to come on the screen, let me go ahead and play this anyway. Warning, warning, this T.P.O.T stream contains scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Negroes. Yeah, the old mama of the day today is quite disturbing, good folk. And she hails from Texas. And this is an older story that I happened to dig up. I came across it. But it says Texas woman accused of beheading and eating her infant son. That's right, you heard me. Texas woman accused of beheading and eating her infant son. But it continues. It says, The 33-year-old woman who police said decapitated her infant son and ate parts of his body has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and postpartum psychosis before the slaying at the Northside home this weekend, the family said Monday. Adi Sanchez confessed to killing Scott Wesley Bucote Sanchez on Sunday with a steak knife and two swords before mutilating the corpse and eating body parts that included the brain, nose, and toes, police said. She has been charged with capital murder and remained under 24-hour observation Monday at University Hospital, where she was treated for self-inflicted knife wounds. Of course, it's always the I attempted to kill myself, right? After killing the baby. But it continues. The father of the baby now is asking that she pay the ultimate price. She was a sweet person, and I still love her, but she needs to pay the ultimate price for what she has done, says Scott W. Bucos, who referred to his child as Baby Scotty. She needs to be put to death for what she has done. I agree, sir. Sanchez's relatives, however, are hoping authorities will take into consideration her history of mental illness, which included a recent diagnosis of postpartum psychosis. It's just tragic and unbelievable what happened, said Greg Garcia, Sanchez's first cousin, who considers her a sister. She was a good, hardworking person, but she had been diagnosed with schizophrenia last year. The crime happened at Sanchez's mother's home in the 300 block of Wayside Drive sometime between 1:30 and 4:30 a.m. when officers arrived about 5 a.m. to find the baby Scotty mutilated. Sanchez quickly confessed to the macabre crime, police said. She was hysterical, screaming, I killed my baby, said Police Chief William McManus. Child Protective Service officials said that Sanchez has never been investigated by the agency, which is part of the fucking problem, prior to the killing. The agency on Monday was at the home investigating conditions because Sanchez's sister's children, age 5 and 7, also lived there. Police said the sister, the two children, and Sanchez's mother were in the home at the time of the slaying. The adult women had each taken turns caring for baby Scotty at night so they could sleep in shifts. Sanchez's shift began at 1:30 p.m. Her sister discovered the baby's body about 4:30 a.m. and called police about 5 a.m. The crime scene was so disturbing that the San Antonio Police Department has provided counseling service for some officers who entered the home. Yeah, folks. And this is the old mama here, alongside the baby that she killed and then chopped up. And it says here, she killed the baby with a steak knife and two swords, mutilated the corpse, and ate the body parts, the brain, the nose, and the toes. I mean, what do you do with this, folks? I mean, what do you do with this? What do you do with this? What do you do with this? What do you say about this? I mean, how do you, how do you fathom this, right? How do you reconcile with something like this? This is beyond mental illness, right? First, we know something's mentally wrong with this person, right? She killed the baby, and I believe the baby was, how old was the baby? Looks like to me that baby's what, a month or two old? Right? So, of course, she's insane, all right, for killing the baby in the first place. Then after she kills the baby, she chops the baby up with the sword, eats his brain, his nose, and toes. And, you know, they said she was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And once again, man, I gotta question the brothers, because you climb on top of this woman. You know this woman's a lunatic. And boy, I bet you the sex was something else. I bet you it was. And I just can't stop talking about this kind of stuff, man. Brothers, you gotta stop climbing on top of these lunatics, man. If you're gonna climb on top of a lunatic, at the very least, wear 2 condoms. Of course, you knock her up, man. All she gonna do is kill the baby. That's all she's gonna do. Y'all come here, man, and y'all watch story after story after story after story that I bring you. And y'all still continue to climb on top of these lunatics. Stop doing it, brothers. I mean, just stop doing it. I mean, there's enough women out there, man, so you ain't got to be climbing on top of these lunatics. Because all she gonna do is end up on here as one of our old mamas of the day. Insane. But we move on, because tonight we're going to talk about fast food foolishness. And when we talk about fast food foolishness, right? What we
Caught on
usually
camera by a customer.
think about is this, right?
A vicious altercation caught on camera by a customer at Popeyes near 76th and Good Hope Wednesday.
This is out of control.
Richard Forte got in line, but little did he know he was in for quite the showdown.
I heard one of them yell, "It's a fight." They ran to the back by the grills, okay? Now, it was a fight back there. I didn't get that one on tape.
Forte says tensions were just beginning to mount.
Something is about to go down.
Forte grabbed his cell phone and started recording. A violent fight breaks out, with several employees throwing punches.
Hey, break that up.
Forte is heard on the video telling them to break it up. Soon, the situation cools off, but words and wigs are still flying. Forte leaving empty-handed.
Honestly, I was
Did y'all see her waving the wig? She's waving the
Words
wig.
and wigs are still flying. Forte leaving empty-handed.
honestly, I wasn't even going to get the chicken sandwich, you know?
But this is what I thought was really funny. Where is it? This is what I thought was really funny. This is the funniest part to me, y'all. This part right here.
At Popeyes.
Now, y'all see this girl, right? If you look at the girl to the left of your screen,
The customer
right?
at Popeyes near
See her? Now, this girl here is on her, right? And the brother, like has this girl here on the left, right?
at Popeyes near 70.
And you see how she scoots away, right? Look,
At Popeyes near
notice she's taking flight. She's exiting stage left over here, right? Because I guess this girl here in the middle is giving it to her, right?
76th and Good
So now this other girl comes along with the hat on, and she starts fighting her. Now, after this girl done exited stage left, and she sees the other girl jump on her, look at what she does.
Wednesday.
This is out of control.
Richard Forte got in line, but little did he
Let me
know
get
he
to
was
it.
in
Let me
for
get to
quite
it.
as tensions
back
were
to
just beginning to mount.
Something is about to go down.
Forte grabbed his cell phone and started recording.
Now, You see her exiting stage left, right? Exit stage left. The other girl jumps on her. Now she comes back and starts hitting her in the back. I don't know about y'all, but that is hilarious to me. That is hilarious. So this is what we're used to seeing, right? When we talk about fast food foolishness, we're used to seeing employees fighting each other or fighting customers. But that is not what I want to talk about tonight. What I want to talk about is the foolishness that goes on behind the counter. Because we all go to fast food restaurants, right? Especially as blue collar guys. I mean, me, I don't go to them as much as I used to because, you know, the way we eat. But, you know, a blue collar guy, you know, we always stop at freaking fast food restaurants because, you know, we out and about. We work long hours. We're away from home and we got to put something in our stomachs, right? So you go to a fast food restaurant and, you know, you order a hero or a burger or some fries or something like that. And you don't think anything of it, do you? You go in there, you order your burger, your fries, your milkshake, whatever you order, you grab it, you eat it, and you walk out. But tonight I'm going to turn y'all stomachs. And tonight y'all may not ever want to go to another fast food restaurant again. Because I happened to look at this thing called the worst fast food employees of the year. And here you see the fast food worker here. He's got a stack of tacos. He's licking them. And you under here says fast food restaurants are tightly controlled operations full of rules and regulations designed to keep customers happy. But some employees can slip through even the most stringent vetting processes. Like here, for instance. See the brother? The employee was busted when a photo appeared on Reddit in June that showed him apparently enjoying a Frosty straight from the spout. The employee was fired when Wendy's tweeted to call his behavior unacceptable. Then there's this. You see that? Now hiring must be Mexican. That's just funny. But we go past that one. The Subway worker who allegedly threatened a customer who asked for ketchup on his Philly cheesesteak. The customer wants ketchup on the Philly cheesesteak, and I have never we don't even put ketchup at Subway. I never put ketchup on anybody's sandwich. The Subway worker told local station WFTV. That worker eventually lost his job because of that. The Burger King worker who tweeted a photo of himself laying on hamburger buns. This picture showed the employee sprawled out on hamburger buns next to a disturbing looking bucket. The employee received a strict reprimand, according to Burger King. They didn't fire him. And here's the Taco Bell guy again, who licked taco shells and posted a photo on the internet. Taco Bell tracked down and fired the employee after the photo went viral. The Burger King worker whose drug pipe ended up in a kid's meal. The pipe was intercepted by the child's grandfather, who turned it into police. Authorities said the pipe belonged to a 22-year-old employer who was hiding it in a kid's meal box. The employee told the police he had intended to give the pipe away. He was charged with possession of drugs, according to NBC. The McDonald's cashier who asked a customer if her breast was real. That's just stupid. The Subway sandwich artist who took photos of themselves violating food. The two Subway employees were fired after numerous Instagram photos surfaced showing nauseating acts, including a photo of an employee's genitals on a loaf of sandwich bread and a photo of a bottle allegedly filled with frozen urine. How's about that for your sandwich? Person actually dangling his testicles on your bread. That's a robbery. Oh, here's another one. The KFC employee who licked mashed potatoes. This KFC employee was photographed licking a mound of mashed potatoes at the restaurant. The picture was posted to a local news station Facebook page and garnered more than 2,000 shares and 700 comments. The employee was fired, and KFC released a statement saying the photo was taken after the restaurant closed and the food was not served. What else are they going to say? I got another one. I have another one. Where is it? I think this is it here. The worst things fast food workers have ever done. It says here eating at a fast food restaurant can be a bit of a gamble, of course. We all know that grabbing a sack of greasy burgers and fries probably isn't the healthiest meal choice, but hey, sometimes eating clean takes a backseat to convenient and cheap and easy. Let's have a look at this.
Ray, tell this nigga this shit, yo. Oh my god, yo.
Y'all saw that, right?
Tell this nigga this shit, yo. Oh my. Ray, tell this nigga.
She dropped it on the floor. You see it on the floor down here.
This shit, yo. Oh my god, yo.
And put it on a bun.
Niggas is wildin'.
That crispy, baby. Whole time I think she was talking about the next order. Go drop me your
And this is at Checkers. You see that, right? You see the shirt. It's at Checkers. Yeah. At Checkers. I will never eat at Checkers ever again. I actually used to like Checkers a while back. Here's another one. Y'all saw that, right? She dipped her hand into the tea. And poured it right into the dispenser. Tasty. Tasty, tasty, tasty. And look at this. This chick is literally spitting in the food. Says here, if you dare a fast food worker to spit in your food, they just might do it. If you pose that same dare to a certain Missoula area Peter Pit employee who is very unhappy that you came in at 2 a.m. when she wants to close the store, she will definitely do it. That's the scene that was captured on video. Yeah. And here's a Domino's pizza worker digging up his nose as he fixes your pizza. As he fixes your pizza. Yeah. Get some people going off. Here's something. They're standing in the lettuce. And I believe this is at Subway. Standing in the lettuce. They're going to take that lettuce, put it on the counter, and put it right on your burger, your Subway sandwich, in your salad. Yeah. Yeah. And there's the infamous taco taster again. Special sauce on a burger. Of all the things that have been done to fast food, this one takes the cake. You'll be crossing your fingers that sneezes and farts are all you have to worry about after you read what one Jack's employee in Mississippi did to a burger. In a viral video post, the mother of a former Jack's worker alleged that her daughter had seen another employee put bodily fluids on a cheeseburger and serve it to a customer. So if you went to Jack's between 10 p.m. and 10:30 p.m., 1/7/2017, and you ordered the Big Jack with the Sprite, you got more than ketchup, the post read. What kind of bodily fluids are we talking about? Menstrual blood and saliva. Yes, really. The employee who did the dirty deed turned herself in and pled guilty after being charged with selling unwholesome bread or drink, a felony that landed her in prison. So, these kids that work at these fast food restaurants, they think this is a game. Yeah, they think this is a game. But guess what? You get caught doing this shit, it's a felony. It's a felony to be spitting on people's food and putting period blood on it and putting jizz on it and farting on it, and it's a felony. But we kind of know that this stuff goes on, right? It's not like it's a secret. Do you brothers remember the lady who she got mad at a customer over something, and he ordered a hot dog, and she took the damn hot dog, put it in her funk box, rubbed it in there for about 20 seconds, and put it on the bread with some ketchup on it, and went out there and served the hot dog to him. Now, he didn't know it, but he started eating it, and he started to feel, like sick or something. And the crazy thing is, this broad does this on camera. She does this on camera. She literally takes the hot dog, sticks it in her funk box, pulls it out, and puts it on a bun and serves it to the fuck. I'm glad that I don't eat this shit, man, anymore. I'm glad I don't. I mean, I have been to Subways recently. I did get a turkey sub about, I guess that was about 3 weeks ago. I mean, I kind of stay away from the fast food shit. I'm not a fast food person like that anymore, not like I used to be. And, when you see this kind of stuff, it's like, because you have no idea, right? Whatever you can't see going on, you can assume that it's not going on, right? So you're trusting these people. You're trusting these people to, do your food right, not spit in it, not fart on it, not rub it up the crack of their ass. That's kind of what you're trusting them, right? You're trusting that they're not throwing the meat of your sandwich on the floor like this girl here. You're trusting that, they're not putting your patty, up the twat or dipping it in the toilet. You're trusting these people. You're trusting that these people aren't doing this stuff. But most of the time, because when you think about fast food restaurants, right? What kind of people usually work at fast food restaurants, right? Mostly young people, right? Young teenagers, maybe a college student or some dude that live in his mama basement and he's 35 and she said you got to go do something. But for the most part, it's a bunch of young people who don't give a shit, right? They got this job so they can pay their cell phone bill and buy sneakers and shit. So a lot of these people who work for these fast food restaurants, man, these aren't people who necessarily take life seriously, right? I mean, because it's not a lot of money. The hours are shit. They don't treat them the best. And then you get customers who come in and yell at them and threaten to fight them and throw stuff at them. So it's probably not the most rewarding of work. So depending on what type of personality you have, you probably don't want to be there anyway. So it probably doesn't take much for you to do something like this, right? Because this is a personality thing, right? Now, I'm not saying all people who work in, McDonald's and Wendy's and, Burger Kings and all these places, like all of them are doing this, like they're throwing your hamburger on the floor or pissing on it or, rubbing it up their ass or something like that or farting on it. I doubt that that's what all of them are doing. But as you can clearly see, it's something that some of these workers will do. And it will make you think twice about going to these places. And you definitely better think twice if you mess around and get into like a heated argument, like with one of the cashiers or, the person who making your burger, or what's stopping them from spitting in it or blowing their nose on it or farting on it or pissing on it or, like the brother that's rubbing his genitals. The brother rubbing his genitals on the bread. What's stopping them from doing it? What's stopping them? So, I mean, It's foolishness, right? It's foolishness because you're trusting these people with your food, right? Because not only is it totally freaking disgusting, all right, and shout out to brother Sir Tice with the Cash App. I appreciate that, brother Sir Tice, my man. You know, when you drop coins on his platform, my brother, you get this. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. Appreciate that, brother Sir Tice. And he wrote a note. He said, it's sad. The sad part is you can actually learn a lot from these first jobs. And that's true. That's true. You know, you're a teenager, you know, you're still living with mom. You know, you can learn to be responsible. You can learn to, you know, work with the team. You can learn to be proficient in things. You can learn to, you know, do critical thinking. You can learn how to multitask, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, within these jobs. I mean, I don't knock them. I mean, you know, you're a young person, you know, this your first job, you know, McDonald's, Burger King. I don't have a problem with it at all. Me, I never worked in fast food as a young guy. When I was younger, well, I did a lot of work with my old man when I was a young guy, but when I had my first job away from my old man as a teenager was actually a stock boy. I was a stock boy at a store named Cowdoors. I actually worked in a stock room. I also worked at a place called Carl's Equipment. It's like it was like a landscaping supply store. You know, I worked those jobs as a young guy. During school time, I mean, during the summers, I worked with my old man. Not only was it a better work for me and kind of like mandatory, it also paid a lot more than what they were paying a young kid. I mean, back then, I think they were paying $3.50 an hour minimum wage. Man, when I worked with my old man, I made $8. So you do the math. You do the math. They were paying like $3.50. When I went to work for my old man, I made $8 an hour. So yeah. So yeah. Did a lot of work with my old man. He paid a lot better. And as I got older, he paid me a lot more. So I didn't have a lot of the I didn't have any you know, fast food work at all. I never worked at a fast food restaurant. Like I said, I did stock work and I worked at landscape supply stores. Those are the places that I worked, you know, when I wasn't working with my old man. When I moved out of my parents' house, you know, I had a full-time job, and my full-time job, I worked at a landscape supply store. So I mean, I never did the fast food stuff. Friends I knew, you know, did the fast food stuff, and they hated it. You know, they hated it. And I'm pretty sure they probably spit on a few burgers and farted on a few French fries. You know, while they were there, I'm pretty sure they did. The fast food work just was never for me, man. I never saw it as an option. You know, I didn't like wearing a uniform, and then, you know, I mean, just all that shit was just no. It just wasn't. It just wasn't in the cards for me. I guess because I didn't have to do it. If I had been put in a position where I had to do it, I might have. But I was fortunate. You know, I was a fortunate brother. You know, my father had his own business, so in the summertime, I worked with him. You know, I mean, I worked with him, so I didn't have to do fast food like in the summertime. I just didn't. You know, I did other stuff too, but I never did fast food. You know, just was never an option for me. But, you know, like Brother Surtai said, I mean, You can learn shit from doing fast food. You know, you can learn skills, man. You know, you can optimize, you know, how to multitask and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I say again, man, I don't knock it. You know, I don't knock it at all for a young person. I don't knock it. You know, valuable skills can be taught, you know, because as a young person, right? Because what is a job, right? A job isn't just about money. Of course, I guess the most important thing about a job when you're a young person, like a teenager or something, is the money. But it also exhibits a sense of responsibility, you know, because you got to have your ass there at a certain time. Certain things are expected of you while you're there, right? And you got to turn around and do the same thing tomorrow, especially if you work a job while you're in school. You go to school, and after school, you have an after-school job. You're probably a pretty responsible kid, right? You're a pretty responsible kid. You go to school, and after you come from school, you go to your after-school job. You're probably not the kid out there robbing, stealing, carjacking, shooting folk. I mean, you're probably not that kid, right? That's the other kids, right? The ones who skip school, the ones who don't have an after-school job, right? So to be a kid, a teenager, going to school and working at fast food, I say again, you're probably a decent kid, and you'll probably avoid a lot of the BS that comes along with being the opposite of that, right? But, of course, a lot of these kids that work in these fast food restaurants, you know, they're kids. So they do the foolish stuff. Like piss on your burger. Wipe a tampon on it. Stick a hot dog up their funk box and put it on a bun. Or not just that, they'll being there and fighting customers, right? Not just fighting customers, fighting each other. Right? They're not even fighting customers right here. They're fighting each other.
A vicious altercation caught on camera by a customer at Popeyes near 76th and Good Hope Wednesday.
This is out of control.
Richard for
I mean, now, of course, this isn't unusual for us to see either, right? I mean, you got a bunch of chicks in there. They probably don't get along with each other to begin with. So it don't take much for them to start going to blows, right? It doesn't take much before they're going to blows. Probably over something stupid, like a Facebook post, right?
They ran to the back by the grills.
Right.
Okay. Now, it was a fight back there. I didn't get that one on tape.
Forte says tensions were just beginning to mount.
Something is about to go down.
Forte grabbed recording. A violent fight breaks out with several employees throwing punches.
Hey, break that up.
Now, this kind of stuff, when you see this kind of stuff, you have very little hope, right, for these people, because obviously they didn't have the wherewithal to say, hey, look, I'm at work, let me not get to fighting, all right? Because you see the writing underneath here, right? It says 7 employees fired after brawl at Milwaukee Popeyes. Everybody who got to that fight was fired. So they probably didn't care too much about the job to begin with, right?
Tay is heard on the video telling them to break it up. Soon, the situation cools off, but words and...
Now, she's standing there flagging the wig, right? Waving it around. I got your wig, girl. Yeah, right, Brother Deacon Dave? Just let them go ahead and scrap it out. Let them scrap it out. Let them scrap it out. But this is the kind of stuff that goes on in these fast food joints, right? Especially if you go in one in the damn hood, right? Because it's already hood to begin with, right? It's just hood. There's a bunch of hood shit going on in there. So it's nothing for one of them to be fighting a customer or a customer fighting them. And as you can see, them fighting each other. So this isn't something odd, right? This isn't an oddity. It just isn't. It's not an oddity to see this kind of stuff in one of these damn Popeyes or Mickey D's, or it just isn't, man. It just isn't. I would venture to say, and this is just a speculation, but I would venture to say that the chicks that will get to fighting inside of the Popeyes are probably the same chicks that will spit on your burger. Those people are probably one and the same, right? The ones who will get into a knockdown, drag out, snatch the weave out of the head brawl inside the Popeyes are probably the same ones who will fart on your sandwich or piss on it or rub it up the crack of their ass. Take your burger patty and just rub it up their ass and put it on a bun for you with a side of motherfucking menstrual blood and shit. I'm pretty sure those people are one and the same. But like I said, man, I mean, when you go to these places, you are literally trusting that these people are not doing any of this stuff. Right? I mean, you go to these restaurants, especially like I said, in the hood, and everybody in there got 25 inches of yaki on their head, and they walking in there and they patting it and they freaking flinging it around. So you probably eat about at least a half a pound of yaki if you're going into one of those places regularly, right? You're eating a half a pound of that off top. It's on the menu. And like I said, I don't think that these places are the most sanitary to begin with. I mean, you see many, many reports of, mice and rats and roaches and spoiled meat, maggots, and, the freaking employees are rubbing stuff on the floor, or they're dropping it. They're dropping it on the floor, and and like I said, I'm pretty sure the majority of the food that comes out of these places are not contaminated with bodily fluids or stuff off the floor. But there is that slight little chance that when you go up in there, you might be eating a burger that somebody dropped on the floor. Or you might have some lettuce on your sandwich that somebody was standing in. And that's the best case scenario, right? That someone just dropped your burger on the floor. You could be eating something where one of the dudes back there had his nut sack on your sandwich. he had his nutsack on your bread. You don't know. And guess what? As he's handing you that sandwich and he's looking at you take it and go sit down and eat it, he's just watching you. Because he knows he just had his penis on your sandwich as you just sit there and enjoy it. Or one of them chicks. She knows she done rubbed that damn hamburger in between her legs and farted on it. And she see you just grab it and say, "Thank you very much," and go sit at the table and bite right in it. And she just stares there and watch you chew on it. Knowing she done rubbed it up the crack of her ass. Knowing she's done it. Now, if you grab it and it's takeout and you go, they don't really get the thrill of, watching you consume it. They just, have the knowledge that they did it. But if it's some eat-in shit, and you grab it and you walk to that table, and you bite into it, you think they don't get a thrill out of that? You think they don't get a damn thrill out of watching you eat a hamburger that they done stepped on, spit on, pissed on, farted on? You come up to the counter, get your order. They probably holding back they fucking smirk. They watch you go sit right at that table and dig right in. Now, I'm not saying that this person is normal because they do this and watch you, but a person that does this, right? A person that, Brother Jervis, he said, 2 all-nut patties, coochie sauce, lettuce, cheese. Oh, shit. So, is there anybody in the chat that ever worked in fast food? And if you worked in fast food, did you ever do this? Did you ever take a hamburger patty and rub it across your nuts before serving it to somebody, or dipped it in the toilet, or dropped it on the floor, or farted on it? You ever spit in someone's drink? Did you ever do it? Did you ever do it? Brother Free Zone Lou, what's good with it, brother? I see you up there, man. Did you ever do it? Did you ever spit in someone's food? Be honest. Did you ever take a hamburger and rub it up the crack of your ass and put it on the bun? Did you ever see anybody do it when you was? Did you ever see anybody do it? Did you ever see it? I saw one time, right? There was these girls, and I think this was at Waffle House. And I tried to look for the video too, and I couldn't freaking find it. They worked at Waffle House, and they were taking their, there's weave wan a hose. They were taking their hair and literally dipping their weave into like the water for like the tea. I mean, it was some crazy mess. Crazy mess. They was literally dipping their goddamn hair into like the boiling water at Waffle House. And the ridiculous thing is that they video this stuff. It's not like they do it in secret, or they videotape themselves rubbing your food on their genitals. Videotape themselves spitting on your food. They videotape themselves standing on the bread, walking on the burgers, putting their feet on the chicken. They videotape themselves doing this stuff, man. That just makes it more foolish. And like I told y'all earlier, this girl, she put menstrual blood on somebody's food. Got caught doing it. She was arrested, charged with a felony, and she ended up going to jail behind that shit. Because, I mean, you got to think about the health risk, right? You giving somebody period blood, or you giving them urine, or you spitting on it, and all this kind of nonsense. There's a health risk there, right? Because you're literally taking bodily fluids and giving it to somebody for them to consume, to eat, right? So there's that, right? Then on top of that, they consider it a crime. You get caught doing this shit, you're getting locked up. So I think it takes first and foremost, this is a person with UMI, right? Undiagnosed mental illness. Because if you think it's okay to spit and piss and fart and, put period blood on people's food, obviously something's wrong with your ass, right? So this is a person with some degree of mental illness. Right? Obviously people who should not be working in fast food. Or any type of food. Or any type of anything. This is probably a person who needs to be working in the stock room of Home Depot or some shit like that. But even with that, because they'll probably be pissing on people's lunches that's in the break room refrigerator, right? Because think about it. I find it hard to believe that you only do this kind of stuff when you're at work. Because I believe everything is relative, right? If you're the type of person who will piss on a hamburger at a place where you're getting paid, now mind you, you're getting paid like minimum wage or whatever. I don't know. I think it's went up to like 10, 15 bucks an hour now, depending on what state you live in. But if you're a person who will work at a fast food restaurant where you're getting paid and you will go ahead and piss on a burger or put snot on it or spit on it or whatever you do, I find it hard to believe that you only will do that when you're getting paid. You're the type of person who will do that when you're home. Let me say that again. You would do that when you're home. So think about this, parents. If you have a child that's willing to desecrate somebody's food at their job, you have the type of kid who will brush the toilet with your toothbrush. You have the type of kid who will spit in your coffee. You have the type of kid who will put jizz in the mayonnaise jar. That's right. That's right. Because I say again, I find it hard to believe that they will only do this when they're at work. Because I think this is more than just what they do. When you're doing this kind of stuff, this is who you are. Because some people are just disgusting people, right? I knew a couple people who drove for Uber, right? And they didn't just drive regular Uber, they drove Uber Black, right? Because, you drive Uber Black, if you got a nicer car, you got like a Benz or a Mercedes or BMW. And they would tell me about how people would put boogers on the side of their doors and behind their seats and put snot and shit, on the seat. Just crazy shit. Chicks leave bloody tampons on the floor. And it's crazy because I remember one job I had, because I used to work, they had, when I was living on Long Island, they had something called a CETA program, right? And the CETA program would let you work as long as you had working papers, and you could get your working papers, I think, at like 13 or 14. And I worked the CETA job, trying to think, I might have worked for, I think, half a summer or something like that. And one of our jobs was to clean the bathrooms in a county park. And we would go in those bathrooms, and those bathrooms would be disgusting. I mean, boogers on the wall, people taking dumps, because the bathrooms had showers, there's big showers in there. People would take dumps in the showers, and believe it or not, do you know which bathroom was the most disgusting? You would think it would be the men's and boys' bathrooms, right? Absolutely not. The most disgusting bathrooms, and there were quite a few big bathrooms that we had to clean. The most disgusting ones were the females. They stunk the most. That's where you was most likely to find boogers and people taking dumps in the shower, blood on the toilets, crap on the toilets, blood in the sinks. In the men's bathroom, the worst of it would be like some piss on the floor, the urine on the floor you'd have to mop up, or, there'd be like toilet paper on the floor, something like that. That would be like the worst of it in the men's and boys' bathrooms. I mean, those women's bathrooms were the most disgusting thing you ever want to see. And you would think it would be different, right? You would think that women were cleaner. No. Those bathrooms stunk all to be damned. When you walked in there, it smelled like a barrel of salmon on a sidewalk in the middle of August. Like a barrel of salmon just sitting on a sidewalk in the middle of August. My brother Nick Taylor in the house. What's good with it, Brother Nick? I mean, those were the most disgusting bathrooms I ever saw in my life. Blood everywhere, crap everywhere, bloody freaking tampons all over the place, bloody tampons in the sink. God, crap all over the toilets. I mean, disgusting. Disgusting. The most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life. Disgusting. Yeah, man. Yeah, and I was a young guy. I guess I was about at the time. I guess I was like 13 or something like that. Yeah, I worked like a half a summer or something. Disgusting. Disgusting. And I guarantee you, those of you who might work in maintenance, I bet you it's the same way now, isn't it? If you're like a janitor or something like that, I bet you them damn female bathrooms are freaking deplorable. Aren't they? Deplorable. Blood everywhere. It stinks. Women taking craps all over the place. Bloody tampons all over the floor. Ugh. Because, you know, some women, man, ain't nothing like a nasty woman, man. Ain't nothing like a nasty woman. I mean, if a man is dirty or nasty, the only thing you really got to worry about him is he stinks, right? You know, if a man is nasty, you know, he'll be musty, or, you know, his breath will stink, or, you know, his clothes smell mildew or something like that. If a woman is nasty, boy, let me tell you something. Not only do she stink all to be damn under her armpits and shit, she got all her other orifices that's emanating all kinds of scents. You know, women have too many crevices and orifices. You know, once they go to stinking, boy, let me tell you, boy, I was I think this was like last year, right? I walked into a gas station one day, right? And man, when I walked in there, all I could smell was, it smelled like dead lobsters. All right? Because you know how you go to those gas stations, and what's good, Lady Nice? I see you up there. You know how you go to those gas stations where they like a convenience store, but they really, really small and tight, right? They little. And I stopped at this gas station. When I walked in there, it just smelled like a barrel of rotting lobster claws, right? So as I'm walking up to the counter, it's this girl standing up there, right? And I'm like, oh, God, this is her smelling like this. She got this whole motherfucking gas station fumed up. So as I walk up there, and you know, she's a old loud ass broad too, right? She's standing in that motherfucker smelling like lobster in the middle of the desert, right? Lobster in the middle of the desert, and she just loud. You know how these hoes just be loud and shit. And she walks out of there, and when she walks out, the guy behind the counter, the Indian guy's like, "Oh, P.U." You know, he's like, "P.U." And I'm like, yeah, P, you was right. Right? So I walk out. And when I walk out to pump my gas in the truck, she's getting in the car with a dude. She's getting in the car with a dude. And I'm like, how the hell is this motherfucker riding this whole around? She got the whole gas station fumed up. I'm talking about armpits, whatever was coming out of the inside of that woman, I don't know. But boy, it smelled like a garbage truck full of fish that had been parked in the sun for like the 5 weeks. She had the whole gas station fumed the hell up. And when I came out, she was getting in the car with the dude. I'm like, man, I don't know how you are riding this woman around. And this woman smelled like hot salmon on a sidewalk in the middle of July. Just crazy, man. I mean, and back to the fast food. Back to the fast food restaurant. If you're ever in one of those places, right? And you walk down through there, you ever notice that when you walk past the female bathroom, you can literally smell it, even with the door closed, depending on where you are and where you go. And don't let somebody be coming out of there when you walk by. When that door open, that scent bellows out. That shit run right out of there like a bull out of a bullpen. That scent just run out of there, boy. God. And it's crazy because I know down here, when you go to these little fast food, these fast food joints, no matter what kind of joint it is, whether it's Subway or Dunkin' Donuts or something like that, mostly women work in these places. I know down here, I mean, there's a handful of brothers that kind of work in there, but I mean, mostly women work in these places. Mostly these young women, these young girls, man, that's working in there. So, they going in there and taking craps and taking leaks and not washing their hands. They playing in their fucking hair the whole time. They dropping your burger on the floor. They farting on it. They blowing their nose on it. They're doing all kinds of shit, man. They doing all kinds of shit. Especially those chicks who come from a household where, when they open the door, that scent bellow out. Y'all know the ones. We was talking about this on Brother Nate's stream the other night. Where these women keep these old nasty houses and it's always a bunch of junk all over the place and the house look like somebody took a hand grenade, pulled the pin, put it in a bag of garbage, tied it and throwed it and just let it explode in the living room. I mean, the house smell like farts and feet fighting. The goddamn house smell like there's a fight in there between farts and feet. And the way it smells, you can't tell who winning. You can't tell if it's the feet winning or the farts winning in that motherfucker. So if they one of them young girls who comes from that type of household, they're probably not taking too much care with making your sandwich or making your hot dog or making your a breakfast sandwich or your salad or whatever you're getting from these places. They are probably not taking too much care with how they handle it in these places. So think about it, man. When you get up in the morning and get ready to go to work tomorrow, and you go to stop at that fast food restaurant, you might want to remember this stream that we did here tonight. And the pictures I showed you of people spitting in the food and rubbing their nutsack on it and putting period blood on it and farting on it and standing on it. And I'm just saying, you might want to make your lunch and take it with you. You might want to just make your lunch and take it with you. And if you got a kid who work at one of these restaurants, don't let him make your shit either, because he probably be rubbing burgers on the floor. So, like, yeah, Dad, you wouldn't let me go out last week. You want turkey and Swiss? I'll give you turkey and Swiss. I'll give you turkey and Swiss, Dad. Take this. Put some special sauce on your shit. Yeah, Brother Taylor. I was just telling them about that. This woman took a hot dog and stuck it up her old funk box. Did it on camera. Yeah, I was just telling them about that earlier, Brother Taylor. I was just telling them about it. Yeah. Stuck it in a hole and just put it on the bread and put some ketchup on it and took it on out there. And, boy, she probably stood up there, boy, and watched him eat that hot dog, boy, and just, man, she probably got all kinds of joy out of that, boy. All kinds of joy she got out of that shit. Yes. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't even know, man, what the hell is going on with these people, man. I mean, it's a mental condition, right? Something's got to be wrong with you to do these kind of things, man. Something's got to be wrong with you. I mean, at no point does a normal person just intentionally put something on someone else's food. I don't know if it's they do it to, I don't know, seek some type of revenge on the person, or maybe someone says something to them, or I think that's one thing, right? That's one thing. I think it's different when you're just doing it randomly, right? Because if you're just doing it randomly, you have no idea who's going to eat it. I don't know if y'all remember this, but there was a thing they had caught some employees. I know a lot of us like Arizona iced tea, right? I like it myself. I actually got some in the refrigerator right now. The Arizona iced tea, a while back, I think this was about 2 years, right? They caught employees taking leaks in the vats where they made the tea. They literally caught people pissing in the tea vats. Now, when you're doing it something like that, I mean, both of them are disgusting, right? I mean, you pissing on people burgers and farting on it, rubbing it on the floor and all this kind of foolishness, right? But I think you're doing it, it's a personal thing, right? A customer that made you mad, so you're going to spit in a soda. You're going to do whatever, right? Now, that's horrible. That is horrible. But to just be doing it, right? To just be doing it randomly, because if you're in the production line where they make tea or where they make juice or where they make whatever, and you're taking leaks in the vats that hold the liquid, you have no idea who's going to drink that tea. That tea is getting distributed all over the country. So now you are literally just doing it, right? You're just doing it. You have no idea who's going to drink it. You have no idea where it's going to go. You don't know what store it's going to be in, what supermarket it's going to be in. You're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Now, I don't know if it's better or worse, right? I don't know if it's better or worse. If you're doing it to get back at a customer that ticked you off, or you're just doing it to be doing it. I don't think there's no better or worse in those two scenarios. I don't think it is, right? I'll say again, the people who do this obviously have UMI, undiagnosed mental illness. That's why they're doing it. Maybe there's something going on with them psychologically, obviously. And I'll say again, I don't think this is just something that they do. I think this is who they are. These are the type of things they do, right? These are the type of people who will go in the break room and spit in your sandwich that you got in the refrigerator, right? This is the type of person who will take your toothbrush and scrub the toilet with it, right? This is the type of person who will take a leak in your mouthwash, you know, that kind of person, right? That's that kind of person, right? Take your toothbrush and rub it up their ass and shit and put it back in its holder. That's that type of person. I just don't think they do it, you know, when they're in the Arizona factory or when they're working at McDonald's or when they're working at Pizza Hut or no. This is just that type of person. And I say again, I believe that they probably do it at home too. They get mad at their mom, they get mad at their dad. Pop sent him in there to make him a cup of coffee. They spit in it. They stick their nuts in it. Hold on, y'all. Gotta pull up the camera. The dog's going crazy. Let me see what's going on. Give me a minute, folks. Let me see who's here. Okay, I think this one. Oh, that's my freaking sister-in-law. What the hell she doing here? Hope ass don't need no money. Hope you don't need money. Hope you're not here for no money around this motherfucker. Yeah, Brother Taylor, that's my first line of defense right there. He go to sounding off, then I switch on to the camera and see who's here. See who's here, because we got a lot going on, a lot of shit's going on around here, Brother Taylor, boy. Trust me, boy, it's been crazy. That's why I didn't even stream last week, man. I couldn't, man. So much shit happening. But I'll talk to you about it, Brother Taylor. You my dude. I'll probably call you tomorrow or something. Let you know what I got going on. But yeah, man, the type of people who will do this kind of stuff, man. I mean, they're just those type of people. They're just those type of people, you know? And it might just be your kid. Because if your kid is freaking spitting on people's burgers and farting on people's french fries, he'll probably fart on yours. He'll spit on your burger. You make him mad enough, you fuck around and tell him he can't go to the movies. You better not get him to make you a sandwich. Oh, you didn't want to let me go to the movies last week, Dad? Okay. You want a sandwich? Sure. I got a sandwich for you. If you got one of them kids who would drop your hamburger on the floor and step on that motherfucker and still wrap it up and sell it, well, you make him mad, boy. You better not have him make you an omelet. It'll be all kinds of motherfucking bullshit in there. All kinds of dirt and shit off the floor and spit. Yeah, don't get it. You better not have him make you nothing. Yeah, you better not. You better not. You better not. Yeah, man. Because guess what? If they'll do it somewhere else, they'll do it at home. Because that's probably where they first started doing it. Because, see, I'm a true believer that what you learn at home kind of spills over into the world. Okay? That's what I believe. I believe what you do at home spills over into the world. And if you're the type of person who does these type of things, that means it started at home. That's where it all started. You're doing this ridiculous crap. It started at the house. I don't think you just picked this up since you was working at Burger King. I don't think you just picked this up since you started working at Pizza Hut. This is something that's in you. This is something that you do. This is how you think. This is how you, take out your frustrations. And if you're doing it once, you're doing it twice, you're doing it 3 times. You're doing it up until you get caught, right? Because a lot of these people, they just happen to get caught. I find it hard to believe that they only took some menstrual blood and put it on somebody's burger one time. I find it hard to believe that the girl that we saw dropping patties on the floor only did it that one day. I find it hard to believe the dude who was rubbing his genitals on the bread in Subway only did it that one time. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. So the next time you go to one of these fast food restaurants, you better hope that them fighting is all they're doing in there. and not desecrating your damn food, contaminating it with bodily fluids. And I know it seems trivial and it's nothing, seems like nothing, but it is something. Because like I said, when they catch them sometime, they throw them in jail. Because the shit's a felony to be doing it. Especially when you're talking about, you know, putting urine and spit and blood and all this kind of foolishness on the food. And people are consuming it. You're putting people's health at risk, man. Because bodily fluids carry what? Carry what? Germs, viruses, bacteria. And there's no quicker way to get it in you than to put it in your mouth, right? Because things are crazy in the world as it is. The last thing you want to be doing is consuming somebody else's blood, or their saliva, or their urine, or their sweat, their hair. Dudes jizzing on the food back in the kitchen. Give me some of that special sauce. That's the last thing you want to be consuming is folks' bodily fluids, man. So think twice before you pull up to one of those joints. Like I said, you might be better off packing your lunch and taking it with you. Pack your lunch and take it with you. Or not. Or not. You could always just leave it up to these people. You could always leave it to these people. You could always leave it to these people.
Oh my God, yo.
You could always leave it to her to do it for you. Or her. Could always leave it up to them or leave it up to this person as they spit in your damn taco. See that? Or him. or you can leave it up to these people. You can leave it up to this guy. See him licking all the tacos. Or this guy. Or this guy. right? Or this guy. You could leave it up to this guy. See him with his nuts on your bread. You could always leave it up to him to make your lunch. Brother Truism, what's good with it, man? I see you up there, brother. How'd you like this guy making your damn sandwich? Making your damn sandwich with a side of nutsack hair on your shit. Or this guy just licking the damn mashed potatoes. Where's the story where the girl, she put the freaking period blood and spit? Well, this one here, this one, they just found a crack pipe. The dude's crack pipe was inside the damn burger. And got his ass locked up too, because the grandfather found the damn crack pipe inside the kiddie meal. And of course, this stupid motherfucker said it was his pipe, and the police locked him up because I think it had crack in it. The crack pipe had crack in it. Yeah. So think twice before you breeze into McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell or Subway. Think twice before you go to Pizza Hut or Popeyes or KFC. Think twice, because you never know. This dude might work there. This dude might work there. This dude might work there. And of course, this dude might work there too. Yeah, he might just work there too. Taking fucking beef patties and rubbing them up the crack of his ass, then putting them on the bun. And just watch you walk. Just watch you walk to the table and eat it and enjoy it. Just watch you chew right into it. Chew right into it. Yeah. Because you know they do. After they done did this shit right here, you done ordered a salad. A salad where this motherfucker's been standing on the lettuce. You know he watch you walk to that table with that lettuce and dig into that salad and enjoy it. You know he does. You know he does. See, they don't get the full thrill, like I said earlier. They don't get the full thrill if it's a takeout. But if it's a dine-in, they get to watch you take it. Sit at that table and dig right into that salad after they done had their boots all on that shit. He watch you sit down and eat the tacos after he done did all this shit. and he done licked them all. He just watch you walk on to the table. Yay, watch you walk to the table and consume it. Yeah, that's what he does. And here, I don't think you was here for this one, Brother Truism. Should we read it for Brother Truism? Because I think he just got here. It says here, of all the things that have been done to fast food, this one takes the cake, Brother Truism. You'll be crossing your fingers that sneezes and farts are all you have to worry about after you read what one Jack's employee in Mississippi did to a burger. In a viral Facebook post, the mother of a former Jack's worker alleged that her daughter had seen another employee put bodily fluids on a cheeseburger and serve it to a customer. So if you went to Jack's between 10 p.m. and 10:30 on 1/7/2017 and you ordered the Big Jack with a Sprite, you got more than ketchup, the post read. What kind of bodily fluids are we talking about? Menstrual blood and saliva. Yes, really. The employee who did the dirty deed turned herself in and pled guilty after being charged with selling unwholesome bread or drink. A felony that landed her in prison. Yeah. 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 That's right. Don't it just make you want to order something right now? Don't it just make you want to get on your phone and have something delivered? Doesn't it? Doesn't it just make you want to jump in your car and go to Jack in the Box or Kentucky Fried Chicken or Popeyes or Bojangles or doesn't it make you want to jump up and go somewhere? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's crazy. But I just wanted to bring that to y'all, man, and have a few laughs with y'all, man. You know, I didn't even plan on staying this long. I was going to try to keep it to like just an hour. But tomorrow, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow too. Maybe not the following week, but we will be streaming tomorrow. And tomorrow, we're going to be doing something a little different because y'all know I'll be bringing y'all these First Amendment audits, right? And tomorrow, we're doing something because I'm back with one of my man Sean's First Amendment audits, and this one is called Decompressing Mama's Vitriol, because it goes down in the DMV. And, you know, Sean, he walks in there, you know, he's doing his thing, you know, and there's a bunch of old mamas in there giving him heat. And it actually cools down, you know, it kind of cools down, you know, it starts out vitriolic, but it kind of cools down after a while. And what you really see is you see foolishness in the beginning, but you actually see it kind of calm down in the end. So I mean, we're going to have some fun with it tomorrow. It's going to be funny. I got a few things I want to show y'all tomorrow that we're going to be looking at. I'm also going to bring y'all a clip. The shout out to my man, brother Big Nate, because he brought this to my attention the other night. So I think y'all are going to get a kick out of the old mama of the day tomorrow. I say again, you know, brother Big Nate, my brother, he brought it to my attention yesterday. So I will be putting it on display as the old mama of the day tomorrow with my own little spin on it. So make sure you're here for that as well. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, as always, because you could have spent your Wednesday night anywhere, but you decided to spend it here with us, and it is appreciated. I don't take you good folks lightly, man. I never have, and I never will. You got my word on that. So, with that, I will leave you good folks with 3 words. You know, like I always do. Open your mind.
Dark Exodus. The protester. Dark Exodus. Open your mind.
You know.
Yeah, X.
You know.
Dark Exodus. You understand? Yeah, X.
You know.
You understand? Open your mind.
Dark X. Yeah, X.
You know.
You understand?
Yeah, X.
Open your mind.
Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus.
Only from T.P.O.T. Media. Open your mind.